I just want to cover a couple of tips in this video on organization. By all means, consider this as a work in progress, not something that's written in stone and has to be perfect from the very get-go. The idea here is to start. Start your organizational habits now and just add to them or grow them as you go along. So anytime you come up with a new idea, just add it to your organizational habits and keep on going. This would be kind of an idea that I'm referring to as far as a structure of sorts. You create a folder on your desktop and you title it My Blogs or My Domains or My Websites, whatever. And inside of that folder you have several other folders. And for example, one would be your domain, whatever, gardening.com or something. And inside of this folder you've got several other folders. One named images, and you guessed it, inside of that one you're going to have images, and another named backups, and inside of this one you're going to have two more folders, one named files, one named database, because as far as a blog is concerned, these are the two items that without you don't have a blog. So you want to keep a running tally of the files and a running tally of the databases. Now in mine, for example, I have two backups. I have two backups of files, the older one and the newest one. Databases likewise, the older one and the newest one. And then whenever I do a new backup, I just delete the oldest one, so I've got two in there. Again, if you do this daily, weekly, monthly, heaven forbid, annually, then you've got however many in here, and those you would want to date, so you have some kind of an idea as to what information is within that particular backup. Also, I've got a miscellaneous, kind of a catch-all. If you sell advertising space or banners on your blog, for example, then you want to be able to quickly put those back into play, because your customers in most cases may have already paid for that, so you want to keep them in the forefront of your thinking whenever you're trying to restructure or recreate your blog that has gone bye-bye. So under any other type of a folder, be it miscellaneous or advertising or whatever, maybe you've got affiliate products in there that you're selling, or you got resell products. Again, just use these as guides to go by, and once you get started, your brain's going to kick into high gear and come up with some additional ideas. Let me just kind of show you a structure that I'm referring to here. Let's say you've got a folder created on your desktop and you've titled it blog 1 or domain 1 or my domains or whatever, and inside of here you've got a few different folders: the all-important miscellaneous, the images, and the backups. Now under this one here, as I mentioned, I got two folders, one for database backups and one for files backups. And in addition to these folders here, I would also have some documents in here, like text documents or PowerPoint slides, or maybe even videos that I created, some kind of screen capture of the process of doing this or that. Just again, things that you think about: what would I do if my site was no longer there? If I had to recreate my site, what would you need? In other words, your site crashes, or the fantastic web hosting service you've had for the last 2 years decides to go belly up. What would you need to recreate or reconstruct what you had yesterday when everything was working right? What would make things easier for you to recreate that? Things like that. Now, as far as records, as I had mentioned before, this is just a guide. Use it as a template, if nothing else. Every time that I get a new domain, I break out this guide. I've got one as a template, and I just fill in the blanks. And most of this is information you'll get from the email from your new hosting account, be it HostGator, Bluehost, LunarPages, whatever. But they'll send you an email with a lot of this stuff. Go ahead and document it then and there, or just copy that email and put that document in your folder for that particular domain. Things like IP address. Again, some of this you may never ever need, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, kind of sort of thing. The date that the domain was established, maybe what name server you are using, things like that. Username, password for the cPanel and FTP details, the blog username and password to log in. I gotta tell you folks, I'm a firm believer in RoboForm. I don't want this to be a sales pitch for RoboForm, but once you get into it, you're going to be hooked. And things like this would not be so necessary. I keep both, actually, redundancy. But I keep this and my RoboForm files, but most of this information is in my RoboForm detail. But database information. Let's say you just go hog wild and fantastical with this particular domain, and you've got yourself some kind of a forum. You've got several blogs, with subdomains and so on. You've got OS ticket. You got a help desk. Keep a tab of all of the database information in one location. Again, some of this stuff once you create that, especially using Fantastico, you're not going to have that information available to you unless you really dig deep. So you want to keep this stuff in one location. Hopefully you'll never need it, but just in case you do, it'll make that process a lot easier to swallow and to deal with. These are just guides. Again, make it not so much perfect from the get-go, but just make it. I mean, start. That way, as you progress through your marketing endeavors and you get another idea on how to better organize your stuff, then just add to it. The key behind this video though is to get you started, and hopefully some of these tips will really help you out. Thank you very much for watching this video, and you have a great day.